Alright, so this is part 4 of what if female Deku was a Red Lantern. Now, this one probably won't be as long as the other parts, but I'll try my best. Alright, so we pick up where we last left off with Izumi leaving the USJ, flying out, as her ring, we begin to read that its power is running low. Now, Izumi does have a power battery with her, so she basically finds somewhere secluded to land, as she would then begin to charge her ring. As while she's charging her ring, back at the USJ, everybody is taken out as they are questioned about what happened in the USG, as a lot of them say that a mysterious blonde woman with red eyes just appeared in the USJ and started taking out all the villains. And she also appeared to have some kind of red ring on her finger. More specifically, her middle finger. As the police would know what they're talking about, as they'd say that they will look into this. As a lot of the students would go up to Aizawa. Now, Aizawa isn't as heavily injured as he was, and so the students do ask Aizawa, why did he look so worried when she showed up? As he would say that that person was a member of the Red Lantern Corps. They only come to Earth when something serious is happening. So I assumed when the Nomu attacked, that was pretty serious. As they would say, wait, come to Earth, does that mean they're aliens? As I would say, no, not all of them. Some of them are human. So that person we saw was probably human. As Aizawa would look to Bakugo as he'd say, and Bakugo, you looked like you knew her. Do you want to fill us in on anything? As Bakugo would say that might have been his older sister, Izumi, but she went missing. As I would say, well then we'll need to see what you will need to see. So as he would ask Bakugo, how old was she when she went missing? As Bakugo would say, she went missing when she was 16 years old, so she'd probably, if she was still around, she'd probably be around 21. As Aizawa would try to recall the woman's appearance, as he would say that she did look 21, and she did kind of look like Bakugo a little bit. Hold on, give me a minute. Sorry about that. As we then will cut back to Izumi, as her ring is currently at 59.8% charge. As she's currently trying to rush it to get to full charge, but it is taking a while. As there are pro heroes in the area that are currently looking for her, because they did see her come out of the USJ, so they do think that she's a villain. So they'll be looking for her, as Izumi is like constantly moving around so that her ring can get to 100% without her getting caught. And this would go on for a while until the heroes just eventually gave up, with Izumi's ring fully charged after a couple of hours, as she would then fly off, as she is staying on Earth for a bit, as she is currently watching over Bakugo Katsuki. As hold on. As Bakugo would currently be training for the 2 weeks that he is off, due to due to the USJ incident. As over the 2 weeks, Izumi would basically be following Bakugo everywhere until one day when she's currently on top of a building and Guy Gardner comes up behind her, as she would say, no, not she, he would say, "You've been following that kid for a while. Anything special about him?" As Izumi would jump and point her ring at him, as she would just say, "Oh, it's you, Guy." As Guy would say, "What, am I that bad to hang around?" With Izumi saying, "No, you're not. I'm just watching over him." As she would be pointing towards Bakugo, as he would say, "So, what about him?" As Izumi would say, that was his younger brother, and that she thought he had died. Hold on, give me a minute. Sorry about that. I should then say that she thought that he had died during when she first became a Red Lantern. As I would say, huh? So the reason you became a Red Lantern was because you thought he was dead, and you were angry that you couldn't do anything about it. With Izumi saying, "Yeah, it appears that it was, but I'm still angry at the fact that that villain had killed our parents." As Guy would say, "Well, I should probably be headed back to, hold on." As Guy would say that he has to head back to Yeastmolt, and that once she's done with her stuff on Earth, she can head back to Yeastmolt. As Guy would then fly back to Yeastmolt. As the couple of weeks would be over, as the sports festival would begin, with Izumi basically watching over the festival, watching everything go down, as basically everything goes to as it did in canon, just that Deku isn't there. So I think, Bakugo would get the 10 million points, and in this timeline, Bakugo isn't that cocky, due to Izumi's influence and the fact that he wants to become a hero to avenge her. As Bakugo would end up winning first place in the race, and his team would end up winning first place in the cavalry battle. In the fights, a lot of them do go to as they were in canon, with Bakugo winning the sports festival. And that is where I'm going to end this part off. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if this isn't as good as the last parts. It's because I'm quite tired from doing part three of Demon Queen. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.